Hello, welcome to our second grammar lesson. Today we're developing our understanding of how to use conjunctions in our writing. For this lesson, you'll just need a pen or pencil and some paper to write on. We use conjunctions all the time in our writing and when we speak. They're joining words, and we use them to join two clauses. Some examples of conjunctions are and, but, so, or, as, yet, if, because. Can you think of any more? Jot them down as you can use them later on in the final star challenge. To be able to use conjunctions effectively, we first need to be able to identify them. In a second, I want you to pause the film and then copy down each sentence and underline the conjunction. The first one's been done for you. My gran moved house and I helped her. And is the conjunction here. If you're ready to start, pause the film now. Well done. Let's go through the answers. You can tick it if you've got it right, or correct it if it's not right yet. Remember, mistakes make connections in our brain so that we can learn more. The conjunction in sentence 2 is because. The two clauses it joins together are she moved house. Her old house was too big. Because gives the reason for her moving house. In number 3, the conjunction is but. In number 4, it's so. And in number 5, it's yet. In number 6, the conjunction is or. The subject of the second clause, she, it's been taken out because we don't really need it. We could say, she is planting new flowers or she is mowing the grass, but this does sound a bit silly, so we've removed that subject. In number 7, the conjunction is as, and in number 8, the conjunction is if. Thank goodness the cat finally turned up. You may remember from your grammar work in school that there are two types of conjunctions and that they do different jobs. I'll remind you of each one. Coordinating conjunctions link clauses together as an equal pair. Each clause is important as each other and they can stand alone, they're independent. And, but and so are the most common coordinating conjunctions, but we have also been using yet and or. A subordinating conjunction introduces a subordinate clause, which is one where the meaning depends on the main clause. If you're in year 4, you've learned that we can swap the position of the two clauses around and that it still makes sense. For example, because her old house was too big, she moved house. Don't forget the comma though. You'll notice that you can't swap around the clauses that are linked with coordinating conjunctions. So our next step is to join two clauses by using the right conjunction. The first one's been done for you. The clauses are, the house needs to be painted, it needs some repairs. I've joined it with the conjunction and. When you're ready, pause the film, write out the sentences and choose a suitable joining conjunction. Your star challenge is to think about the conjunction that you're selecting and noticing whether it is coordinating or subordinating. You might find that some sentences have multiple options. Let's see how you've got on. In number 2, the two clauses you were joining were Gran has settled in, now I can visit her. You could have joined these with either and or with so. In number 3, you needed to use the conjunction but. For number 4, either as or because would both work. In number 5, you could have used or, you could have used and. And in number 6, as, because, or and would all work. If you did the star challenge, did you notice that numbers 1, 2, 3 and 5 all have coordinating conjunctions? Number 4 uses as and because, which is a subordinating conjunction, and in number 6, it really depends on which conjunction you selected. Your next challenge is to join two sentences together using a suitable conjunction to make one sentence. There might be more than one conjunction that makes sense depending upon the meaning, but try to use a variety. When you're ready, pause the film and write out your new sentence with your chosen conjunction. Remember that you'll need to change some punctuation as well as adding a conjunction because we're turning two sentences into just one. Let's see how you've done. Mark and correct your answers. Our first two sentences can be joined with the conjunction if. So the new sentence is, Mum said I could visit Gran if I could finish my homework on time. Remember, you had to remove the full stop at the end of the first sentence. In number 2, you could have used so or and. I think that so is probably the better choice here. In number 3, we've used the conjunction but. You may also have chosen the conjunction yet. In number 4, we needed to use and to join those two sentences. In number 5, we've chosen as or because. You may have selected the conjunction if. This changes the meaning, doesn't it? It suggests that the person speaking will only help Gran if the boxes are heavy. When I've moved house, all of the boxes have been heavy, so I think using if isn't really that likely to work here. To finish today, I'd like you to look carefully at these 4 sentences. Each has a conjunction in them, but only one of them is right. Read them all carefully and choose the correct one. Think about why you know it's correct. We can see that sentences 2 and 4 can't be correct as the punctuation is not correct, even though they do both make sense. In number 2, the second clause has kept its capital letter. You can see that capital H for her. In number 4, it's been punctuated as if it's still 2 sentences. The full stop has been left after that first clause. So the correct sentence is either number 1 or 3. If we read sentence 1, the writers use the conjunction so. Gran has moved house, so her old house was too big. Does this make sense? I don't think so. So the correct sentence must be number 3. Gran has moved house because her old house was too big. The sentence makes sense and the punctuation is also correct. Well done if you chose the correct one. Here's a star challenge for you. How many different conjunctions can you use to add a clause to this sentence? The sentence is Gran moved house. Try to use a range of coordinating and subordinating conjunctions. You can use the ones we've been working on today, but there are lots more as well. You can make your sentences as sensible or as silly as you like. For example, Gran moved house, but she missed her old neighbours. Gran moved house because she won the lottery.